If you can pull up the agenda and chime oh, there you go. Okay, so we do have the agenda being shared with us. So I'll go ahead and call to the meeting to order at 6:11, which is Apple time, I guess you could say. I'm using my watch, so 6:11, and I will go ahead and do the roll call. B, which is under A governing council members. Veronica So, president. I am present. Two, Kirby Johnson, vice president.
I'm here.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Number three, Adam J. Begay, secretary. Second call, Adam J. Begay. Third call, Adam J. Begay. Number four, Cody Fetty, member.
Present.
Thank you, Mr. Fetty. And Talaba Begay. Talaba Begay. Talaba Begay. Okay, so we do have three board members that are present for tonight's meeting, which constitutes a quorum. So we'll go ahead and move forward to item B, staff. Nadine Chado, head administrator.
Yes, I'm present.
Thank you, Ms. Chado. Charlotte Archuleta, financial manager. And
Madam Chair,
yes, Ms. Chado, go ahead.
she is at a conference right now. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that information. So with that, we just do have Nadine Chado present as the head administrator, but I also want to welcome the visitors that we have. We do have school staff, Lander Morris, he's also on the call. And then we also have a visitor, Lucinda Catilibo, who is also on the call. And I just want to welcome them to our meeting, tonight's special meeting, and of course, all the board members and our staff members. So with that, we'll go ahead and proceed to item C, opening comments. And I'm not too sure if I mentioned this with our new board members, but normally what we do under opening comments is just to really go back to either our staff, our governing council members or our staff, just to give an opening comment as to something pertaining to education, children, something that's very positive. And at that time, we also kind of just read the vision and mission statement for Dream Dine. So I guess at this time, I'd like to call on Miss Nadine to go ahead and read the vision and mission statement for Dream Dine under opening comments.
Okay, our mission statement, Dream Dine is a place-based elementary school where the Dine, Navajo language, culture, language, and history are the foundation of an experiential curriculum. Through a dual language program, we will nurture strong, compassionate, bilingual young people who are committed to their personal and community health, wellness, relationships, and progress.
Okay. Yeah, Nadine, for reading that vision mission statement. And again, if we don't have an opening comment other than reading of the vision and the mission statement, we'll go ahead and proceed to item D, approval of agenda. And at this time, I'm not too sure if we have our secretary on the call. It looks like he's not on the call. So at this time, I'd like to have Mr. Kirby Johnson, our Vice President, to go ahead and read the agenda into the record. Thank you.
Okay, agenda call meeting to order. Roll call. Governing council members: Veronica So, Kirby Johnson, Adam J. Begay, Cody Fetty, Talaba Begay. B staff: Nadine Chado, Head Administrator Charlotte Archuleta, Financial Manager. C opening comments. D approval of agenda. E approval of minutes. F public comments. Limit time 3 minutes. G discussion and possible action items. A governing council membership. 1. I new membership. Lucinda. I'm kind of having a hard time seeing the. Is it Kitsillapoy? Is that how you say it?
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
All right. And then H, next governing council meeting, Monday, February 24th, 2025 at 6 p.m. I, closing comments, and J, adjournment. There you go, Vice President, our President.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Johnson, for reading the agenda into the record. And I also, I wanted to also share this information. I know that, with transitions of new incoming board members, we finally were able to select new officers for this year. And I believe Miss Chado is the individual that is taking meeting minutes. So in the future, not in the future, but I believe just until we get organized, fully organized, then we will get one of our staff members to do the meeting minutes. Because I do know that it's an extra duty for our head administrator to do the meeting minutes as well. So, but at this time, we're utilizing her to go ahead and proceed with the meeting minutes, documenting the meeting minutes. So, I think it's and and I believe Ms. Talaba is on the call. Ms. Talaba, yeah, she is on the call. Welcome, Ms. Talaba. Thank you for being a part of tonight's special meeting. So, so officially, she is. She chimed in about probably 6:15. Okay, with that, going back to approval of the agenda. The agenda was read into the record. So, what is the pleasure of the governing council members to approve the agenda as read? So,
Madam Chair, this is Chado.
go ahead, Ms. Chado.
I believe Mr. Begay is also on the call. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I just overlooked that. I had Mr. Begay for chiming in. So officially, I guess you're on the call at 6:15 as well. So with that being said, the meeting agenda was read into the record. So if there's no amendments to the agenda, I just need a motion to approve the agenda as read.
I'll do the first motion.
Okay, I had Ms. Begay for motioning to approve the agenda as read. Do I hear a second?
Second by Begay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Begay, for seconding that motion. If there's no comments or questions of the approval of the agenda, we'll go ahead and proceed to vote. Mrs. So, how do you vote? I vote in favor. Mr. Johnson, how do you vote?
I vote in favor as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Begay, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you, Mr. Begay. Mr. Fetty, how do you vote?
In favor, Yahat.
Thank you, Mr. Fetty. Ms. Begay, how do you vote?
Ako.
Thank you, Yahat, Ms. Begay. So with that being said, we have 5 governing council members approving the agenda, 0 opposition, 0 abstentions, so motion carries with 5-0-0. Ado Yahat Nana. Moving down to approval of the meeting minutes. And on that, it doesn't have a date of which meeting minutes, but my recommendation is to just go ahead and defer the approval of the last special meeting minutes to the regular, for the regular meeting, which is scheduled for next Monday on the 24th. That would be my recommendation. What is the pleasure of the governing council members?
Madam President, this is Adam. I motion that we take action until the next duly called meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Begay, for that recommendation. Do I hear a second?
This is Kirby. I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Johnson, for that second. Are there any questions or comments relating to the deferment to for the meeting minutes to next week? If none, then we'll go ahead and call for the vote. Mrs. So, how do you vote? I vote in favor. Mr. Johnson, how do you vote?
I vote in favor.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Begay, how do you vote?
In favor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Begay. Mr. Fetty, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you, Mr. Fetty. Ms. Begay, how do you vote? Ms. Begay, how do you vote?
Ako.
Thank you, Ms. Begay. So we have 5 governing council board members approving to defer the meeting minutes to next week with 0 opposition, 0 abstentions. So motion carries with 5-0-0. And before we go on to the next item, I just want to let the new board members know, and I believe it's Mr. Fetty, that all of our meeting minutes are in the Google Drive. So the meeting minutes, the agenda, and other documents pertaining to Dream Dine governing council members will be located in the Google Drive. So just for your information. So with that, we move on to item F, which is public comments. We do have public comments that we add to our agenda on a monthly basis, in addition to our special board meeting or our special governing council meeting. So at this time, I didn't receive any public comment requests. Ms. Chado, did you receive any?
No, I did not, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Chado. So with that, we'll go ahead and move forward to item G, discussion and possible action items. Under A, we have governing council membership. Number 1, new membership. We do have Lucinda Boy. And before I give the floor to Ms. Killy, before I give the floor to Lucinda Boy, I just want to let the board members know that we did receive, or there was her resume was sent out via email along with a letter of interest. So just for your information. And then also Ms. Boy was able to listen on some meeting calls as well. So she is familiar with the school, and and she was interested in serving as a governing council member. So just a little bit of information. So each of the board members probably did receive information on Lucinda through email. But at this time, I'd like to go ahead and give the floor to Lucinda Catilli Boy, um, so she can introduce herself. Miss Catilli Boy.
Thank you, Veronica, for the introduction, and thank you, Nadine, for both of you for reaching out and asking me if I wanted to be a part of this board. And I thought about it, and I thought, what I do is work with you, so it was an opportunity. So first of all, my name is Lucinda Catilli Boy. My clans are Ashchi, Torichini, Bishishchi, Ahideshiche, Toplini Dishinella. I reside in Kirtland, New Mexico. I currently work at Navajo Mine. I've been there for 27 years. I'm currently on short-term disability. I got sick back in December, so I ended up getting the flu, and then it turned into pneumonia. So I spent about 8 days in the hospital. So if you haven't got your flu shot, please get it, because this was the first year, or last year was the first year that I missed my flu shot. And live and behold, this was the year that the flu was really bad. I graduated from Kirtland. I got my associate in microcomputers and data processing. And then I went to work for Navajo Mine. And then in 2017, we had a new company come in, and they wanted me to move into a certain position, but I didn't have a bachelor's degree. So I went ahead and did my bachelor with New Mexico Highland. And then one of my professors talked to me about getting my master, and I'm like, I barely got done with my BA, but I went ahead and did my master in entrepreneurship, because I do own my own business. I do life insurance, and I help people get set up with final expense, and then just help people get out of debt, and then help people with their retirement plan. I've been a 4-H leader for the last 10 years. I really enjoyed it. And I think it's a good program. I've seen a lot of kids in our club really succeed and take it to the next level. So I'm super excited. I got 2 kids that are graduating from New Mexico State. My oldest son receiving his BA in marketing, and then my youngest daughter receiving her BA in agriculture, business and finance. So I'm super excited, and I'm last year I became a grandma, and I'm loving it. And he's just my world. So and other than that, I'm looking forward to being part of this group and learn about what you guys are all about. I really like the charter school. I like how they focus, and I look forward to learning more about what we do and how I can contribute. Thank you.
I Miss Catilli Boy, hốt introduce in la to khỏe nan shi in la di khỏe. You expressed how you were able to contribute to the charter school, specifically with Dream Dine. And upon looking at your resume and your letter of interest, you're a strong advocate with student success, and then also really working with children with, not only in education, but with agricultural needs and other areas that you feel that's very important. So thank you. With that, as I mentioned, that she did submit all her documents, and I know that there's some additional documents that needs to be submitted in order for the Public Education Commission requires of these additional documents. So those will be needing to get completed by Ms. Boy as well. So upon her, I guess her membership to serve as a Dream the Net Council member. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and give the floor to any of the governing council members if they have any questions or comments for her, or if you have, like I say, if you have any questions for Lucinda, or if you have any additional comments. If not, we can go ahead and make a motion for her membership to Dream to Net.
Madam President, this is Adam.
You may proceed, Mr. Begay.
Yes, I have no questions, but I do like to offer comments to our candidate, Miss Lucinda. I just like to provide insight that I really appreciate her for having the heart and will to seek to become a governing council member for Dream to Net Charter School. We really do appreciate anyone's interest to serve it and be able to help, promote Dream to Net Charter School in the best, most utmost way that we can be able to possibly to continue to grow, sustain, and maintain our diligence of student enrollment, teacher ratio, and also the funding package for the maintenance and operations and grant funding for our language, culture, and immersion programs. So I really appreciate for Lucinda for offering her support by taking some time to be able to be a governing council board. I have no further comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Begay, for the comment and the encouraging words that you had. Okay. If there's no other comments or questions for Lucinda Boy, at this time, I'd like to go back to the governing council members for a motion to induct Miss Lucinda Boy as our new member.
Madam President, this is Adam again.
You may proceed, Mr. Begay.
I motion that we confirm Ms. Lucinda Boy to be the Dream to Net Charter Schools governing council membership.
Thank you, Mr. Begay. Do I hear a second?
I will second that, Mrs. So.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Johnson, for that second. Are there any questions or comments in regards to the motion for confirmation of Ms. Boy?
Mrs. So, just to let you know, it was actually me, Cody, who seconded it.
Oh, I am so sorry, Miss Cody. I am on my cell phone, so I have to juggle my screen here. Okay, I apologize. So thank you,
It's
Mr.
okay.
Betty, for that second. With that, if there's no other questions or comments with the confirmation for Ms. Boy, we'll go ahead and call for the vote. So, Mrs. So, how do you vote? I vote in favor. Mr. Johnson, how do you vote?
I vote in favor as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Begay, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you, Mr. Begay. Mr. Fetty, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you, Mr. Fetty. Ms. Begay, how do you vote?
Shishako.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Begay, for your vote as well. So with that, we do have 5 governing council members voting in favor to confirm and to confirm Lucinda Kitsiliboy as our new member of the Dream Dine Governing Council. We got 5 in favor, 0 opposition, 0 abstention. So motion carries with 5-0-0. And congratulations, Ms. Kitsiliboy, for your interest as serving as our new incoming Dream Dine Council members. Ado Anidi behensi ito ay di kwa alchine ay hutao ay bilnashnisto hutao ay bikatish wito, with all your experience and your knowledge. Thank you. With that, you're officially on board. Just need to work with Ms. Chado for additional paperwork, and we'll go from there. So, with that, if Mr. Morris is on the call, if he's still on the call, Mr. Morris, if you can work with Ms. Kitsiliboy as well to get her established with an email so where she can have access to the Google Drive for the school. So, congratulations again. So with that, we'll go ahead.
Miss O, you're on mute.
Nadine, can you share your screen?
Yes, I can. Hold on.
I don't know what happened here.
Okay,
Okay, all
we're back on.
righty. Okay, good. Okay, so we move on to item H. The next governing council meeting is scheduled for Monday, February 24th at 6 p.m. And just for the new board members and the existing board members as well. Normally our agenda is sent via email, and it's also in addition to that, you'll also be receiving the budget report as well. So just keep an eye on that. So that would be for the February 24th meeting. And then we do have our website that we have an area for the governing council members as well. And all of our meeting minutes and our agenda are posted on there as well. So you have access to that as well. So just for your information. Going down to closing comments. Do I have one of the members or school administrators if they have a closing comment?
Madam Chair, this is Chado. May I say something?
Yes, you may, Ms. Chado.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nadine Chado. No daidene nishle nakaidene bashichin betani dashit naletisha dashiche. I just want to say congratulations, Lucinda Kitsiliboy. I'm so excited you're going to be a part of our team, and we have a lot to share with you. We've got a new school site that we're really working on, and we have some new visions, not visions, but we have some new things coming out, and we're really working hard on our curriculum. So Dine language curriculum and culture. So we're so excited. We want to share that with you. Also, I will be available this week, so to get your paperwork in. We also have just for all the board members, we also have a meeting with the Public Education Charter Division on Friday, and this is concerning our membership. We're supposed to have at least 5 members on the school governing council. And the reason being is because we are now a state charter. We became a state charter on July 1st. So that's one of the requirements, that we have to have 5 membership at all times. And so it really makes a difference, and it behooves us to have an extra member just so maybe sometimes somebody their term might be ending, and so we want to make sure that we always have 5 members. So I'm gonna be addressing that this Friday. I'm gonna go ahead and send everybody the agenda, so if you want, you can chime in and listen. And we also have on the website, just a reminder too, we have an opportunity for all our board members to share a little bit about themselves, and we can put that on the website as well. If you want to add a picture, that would be great. If not, that's okay too. I think we have one member who has their information on there. So if you could send something, that would be great, just to let everybody know out there in cyber world, know who we are and who our members are. So thank you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, Miss Nadine, for that comment. So if there's no other closing comments, we'll go ahead. Is there someone that wants to say something?
Madam President, this is Adam.
Go ahead, Mr. Begay.
Yes, there was a question in the chat from our new member, Lucinda, asking if the meeting for next Monday will be in person or via Zoom, or would it be hybrid?
Miss Nadine?
Yes, it can be either or. I know for the past couple of meetings that we've had, it's been really cold and we had a little bit of weather, so we just had it on Zoom. But since the weather is getting better, we're trying to bring back more people to the school. So I would say probably this next meeting that we have on the 24th will be either Zoom. You can join the meeting through Zoom, or you can come to the school. I will be there. I'm usually always there. So yeah, either or. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nadine, for that. And then I believe Mr. Morris did indicate that in the chat that he would need some information from Miss Boy. So Miss Boy, if you can just if you can get Lander's email there that he shared on chat, and I believe he does need some information from you. So, okay, with that.
Okay, I'll get that over to him. And again, thank you guys for your votes. And I'm really looking forward to working with all of you. I do work with Veronica, so we are officials at her Herpino chapter. I'm learning all about the Navajo Nation government. So, I'm already thinking on the back of my head about all these grants that are popping up. So I'll sit down and talk with Nadine, and I'll be there either Thursday or Friday to finish out my paperwork. And then Leander, as soon as this meeting is over, I'll send that over to you. And again, thank you guys all. I look forward to being part of this group.
Okay, thank you, Miss Boy, and I believe we have Mr. Fetty with his hand raised as well. Mr. Fetty?
Yeah, a question for Miss Chato. For the photo and biography to get put on the website, will we just email that to you?
Yes, you can send that to me, and Lander and I will work on putting it up. Thank you so
Okay.
much for asking that.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Though, if there's nothing else, then we'll go ahead and go to item J
Adam,
for Mr. Okay.
Madam President, yes, it's Adam again. I
Okay,
promise
go ahead.
this may be the second to the last one, but um, could we be able to place on the agenda for Monday's meeting that a possible discussion for dates for March and April for one-day retreats for our new board members, or actually the whole board now, for boardmanship training? We can add
Um,
that as a agenda discussion to identify dates for March and April. This as a request for Monday's agenda.
Okay, thank you, Adam, for that information. Miss Nadine, if you could just add that to our agenda for Monday for boardman or a retreat for the board for the new incoming and the rest of the board governing council members.
Yes,
Thank you, Adam, for that recommendation.
yes,
Yes,
Madam
thank you.
Chair. I got it. Sorry.
Okay, all right. With that being said, we're back to adjournment. Do I hear a motion for an adjournment?
This is Kirby. I'll make a motion to adjournment.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Johnson, for your motion. Do I hear a second?
This is Adam. I second.
Thank you, Mr. Begay, for the second. And I'll go ahead and call for the vote to adjourn the meeting at 6:47. Mrs. Veronica So, how do you vote? I vote in favor. Mr. Johnson, how do you vote?
I vote in favor.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Begay, how do you vote?
I vote in favor.
Thank you, Mr. Begay. Mr. Fetty, how do you vote?
I vote in favor.
Thank you, Mr. Fetty. Ms. Begay, how do you vote? Thank you, Ms. Begay. Ms. Boy, how do you vote?
I vote favor.
Thank you, Ms. Boy. With that, we have 6 governing council members voting in favor to adjourn the meeting at 6:47 with 0 opposition, 0 abstentions. So motion carries with 600. Again, thank you, Ahiaha. If you're on the road, be safe. And if you're at home, enjoy your evening. Good night.
Yeah. Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
night.
Oh, yeah.
Good night. Ahiaha.